Hello everyone, and welcome to Forms Part 3. In the last videos, you learned how to design a form, but you're probably wondering how to assign that form to an event. We'll cover that in this video. First, let's illustrate the difference between a product and a project. A product is the actual curriculum and structure of the class. For example, an aspect of the product is having a grading session on the last day. This will happen in every instance that you teach this course. A product can happen hundreds of times because it's a course schedule. Conversely, the project is the instance in which you schedule a course. A particular project will take place only once on a certain date or over the course of a couple days. Here we have Joe. In Joe's system, he already has a product created and a project scheduled. Now he needs to assign resources to the positions in the project, like flight instructor, captain, and first officer. After the resources are assigned, Joe will select a form like the grading sheet we worked on in previous videos and assign it to the project. Finally, Joe can assign who is grading who. In our example, the instructor will be grading both the captain and the first officer. Here we are in the Mint Web Assistant. For the purposes of this video, we're going to assume that you've already scheduled an event, which, as a reminder, is a project, not a product. Here's our project. We're going to open up this event, A320 Recurrent Training. Here, as you'll note, we have a briefing room, a classroom, and a simulator already assigned. So the next step I'm going to show you is how to assign a captain, a first officer, and an instructor. So we'll just drag this resource down to the event, and we'll assign that resource as captain. We'll leave the price at 0. We'll drag our second resource down to the event. This will be the first officer. Again, 0. Next, we're going to head up to our flight training organization. Now, you can choose to have an instructor be assigned automatically by the system, but I'm just going to demonstrate how you could do it manually. So we're going to select McGowan like we did the other resources and drag it down to the event. He'll be our flight instructor. We'll keep the price the same. For our next part, we're going to assign a form to our LOE session. Now, we're going to assign it to the project, but normally you would assign it to the product, the curriculum. That way, when you assign a form to the product for a certain session, it will always be there in that session, no matter how many times you schedule it as a project. So we're going to double click on LOE. As you can see, we have our resources that we just assigned. We'll head over here to record items and drag our form into selected record item. Now that we've assigned it, we'll go back here to grading. We'll select it, and now we can select who is grading who. So our flight instructor is the one signing off on our first officer and our captain. So we're going to drag the flight instructor down here to the bubble, then our first officer to the second bubble, and our captain. We'll hit on the first/any option in future videos. Another option that you should be aware of is these minutes down here, where you can make your form available to sign off by the instructor at a certain time after the session has closed, and you can also set a limit on how long the instructor has to sign off on that form. So to do that, you'll just right-click and select Edit Grading Item Availability. Now that we're happy with this assignment, we're going to select OK to save it in the Mint system. Now, as you'll note, a little form icon has appeared on the LOE. This is how in the future you'll be able to see that you've already assigned a form to this session. This has been Forms Part 3. Thanks for watching.